name of this one really makes me laugh. I feel like Joe Pilates was like, let's call it the Nutcracker. Welcome to another Reformer video. My name is Melanie. This is my friend Rebecca. Today we're going to do part 2 of our beginner intermediate 30-minute-ish Reformer workout. So if you have joined me from that 30-minute beginner video, this is going to be kind of the next level of that. So we're going to start on this balanced body IQ reformer. You can use whatever you have. We're going to begin with footwork. Please start with 3 red springs or 3 heavy springs, and if you want a little bit more resistance, you can add 1 blue or 1 light spring. So we're going to start with the heels of the feet on the outer corners of the foot bar. We're going to be in external rotation, arms long by your sides. And we're just going to begin with a little quick warm-up. Big breath in, exhale, press through the feet, extend the legs long. Inhale, bring the carriage home to a close slowly with control. We're going to keep extending and bending. Exhale as you press out. This may be very familiar if you've done that other video. Flexing the feet at the ankles. Rib cage stays down. You want the bottom of your sacrum to be pretty heavy on the mat so you've got a nice neutral curve in the spine. Good. Last one. And bring it home. Good. Now to take it to more of an advanced beginner intermediate place, what we're going to do is actually lift the hips up off the mat just a couple inches. So if you need to place a hand under your butt to make sure it's not touching the mat, you can do that. You're going to keep it hovered as you press out and bend the knees to bring it back in. Good. So you're really having to engage your core quite a bit more here, as I'm sure I probably don't need to tell you. And your goal is to try to make sure that hover stays there while you keep that neutral curve in the spine. So you want to make sure you've got a natural, sort of moderate curve in that lumbar or lower spine. We're going to go for 3 more. Good. Last 2. And 1. Bring it all the way in, lower the hips down. All right, next we're going to bring the balls of the feet to the foot bar. We're going to be in parallel, so toe metatarsals together, heels are raised like you're wearing high heels or you're in releve. Squeeze the inner thighs together, lift the hips up off the mat just a few inches, keep them lifted. We're going to extend out and come back in. Good. So once again, if you need to place that hand under your butt to make sure it's not dipping down to the mat, you're welcome to do that. Try to keep those heels lifted as high as you can. Think about that squeeze happening between the knees, engaging the inner thighs, core, of course, staying fired. Good, let's go for 4 more. Last 3. Final 2. And 1. Bring it back in. Heels stay lifted. Lower the hips down. Keep the heels up. You're going to press out again one more time. We're just going to go for heel raises. So butt is down on the mat now. You're going to lower the feet under the foot bar, raise them back up, lower them back down, raise them back up. So you don't want to be popping through the joints. You don't want this action of like, I feel this in my ankles. You really want to think about engaging the back line of your leg. Very nice. Let's go for another 6. 5, 4, 3, very nice, 2, and 1. Raise the heels, bend the knees, keep the heels lifted, bring it on home. All right, next let's move into hands and straps. So Rebecca, if you please, roll up. We're going to switch to 1 red, 1 blue, which would be 1 heavy, 1 light. If you want a little bit more, you can do 2 reds or 2 heavy springs. And let's put the headrest up if you have it down. Hands will go into the straps. We're going to bring those legs to tabletop, and arms will extend up over your shoulders. So you want your shins to be parallel to the ceiling. Squeeze through the inner thighs. Big breath in. Rebecca's going to curl up right away as she presses those hands down to the mat and roll back down. Arms come up over the shoulders. Good. Rebecca's doing an excellent job of exhaling as she curls. And if you find you need a little space between your shoulders and the shoulder blocks, feel free to go for it. Good. And if that's feeling very doable, you are getting more advanced, you're welcome to keep the legs out to 45 or extend 1 or both legs out there. Okay, let's take 3, 2, And 1. Good. Roll it back down. Rest the feet for 1 second. Scoot your body away from the shoulder blocks, just an inch or 2. And we're going to go for some leg variations. So we did a little bit of this in the last one. We're going to kind of add some more flavor and make it a little more spicy. So arms will go up over the shoulders. Legs are at tabletop to begin. We're going to roll up. Hover the hands an inch above the mat. Find that curl with your head, neck, and shoulders. We're going to extend one leg to 45, bring it back in, switch. Other leg to 45, switch. Good. And let's go. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Good. Let's take one more set. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Now we're going to extend both legs out and in. Inhale, extend, exhale, bring it in. Good. Find another little centimeter in that curl if you can. Very nice. And if this is too tough on your core or on your back, you're welcome to take it to one leg going in and out, or you can rest the head, neck, and shoulders down if you need to just dial it back a little bit. Good. 2 more. Good. Curl down. Rest the head, neck, and shoulders down on the mat. We're going to go for another variation. So adjust if you need to. We're going to bring the legs back up to tabletop and curl up with the head, neck, and shoulders one more time. Now we're going to extend one leg up to 90 or close to it, whatever you can get to. Other leg out. We're going to scissor switch the legs. And if bringing that leg really far in is bothering your hip, find whatever your version of 90 is today. And you can take that lowered leg down to the foot bar, or even lower if that you don't have the foot bar in place right now. Good. Let's take it. 4, 4. Switch. 3. Switch. 2. Switch. 1. Switch. Both legs to tabletop. Bend the knees. Rest the feet on the foot bar. Roll it down. Take a beat. Good. Big breath in. You have one more in you? Yeah. All right. Let's do it. So big breath in, exhale, extend the arms up over the shoulders, big press, exhale, roll it up, find that hover. Good. Now we're going to bicycle the legs just as we did in that other video. We're going to extend and draw the other leg in toward your chest. So you want that reaching leg to reach up, over, and out. Think about the arc of a Ferris wheel. It's kind of the same size you want to go for here. Let's go for 3 more in this direction. Make sure you have just a little bit of tuck in that chin. Good. Reverse. Leg goes down, up. Good. Finding that big arc again. Good. Still breathing. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Very nice, guys. Bend the knees, rest the feet down. Open your feet just as wide as your hips are a little bit wider. We're going to rock the knees side to side. Taking a big breath in. Very good. And next, we're going to mix it up and do something a little more intermediate spicy. This one is called Nutcracker, which I think is really fun. What we're going to do is bring the legs up to 90 degrees or wherever you can close to it. So Rebecca, I think, is going to cheat it a little bit. Say cheat, meaning she's going to find the version that works for her. You're going to bring your hands to a triangle position. So index fingers together, thumbs together. We're going to externally rotate the legs so the heels are together, the toes are apart. What we're going to do is we're going to take a big breath in, exhale, curl up, open the legs to a straddle, press the hands in between. Inhale, bring it right back down. Good. Big breath in, exhale, press and curl, and lower down. This name of this one really makes me laugh. I feel like Joe Pilates was like, let's call it the Nutcracker. Good. Let's go for 3. Make sure you initiate the curl with the chin just as the hands start to press. And if this is feeling very easy, you can maintain that curl up with the head, neck, and chest. I wouldn't either, so you were good. I'm not feeling that strong these days. But if you need the extra challenge, you're welcome to. I think I said 3 more. We're going to do 1 more now. Good. And bring it right back down. Excellent work. Ooh. That was fun. Rebecca hasn't done that one before, so that's a surprise for her too. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock them side to side really quickly. Okay, next we're going to go for triceps, but we're going to build in more ab engagement. So arms will extend up over your shoulders, legs come to tabletop, squeeze the inner thighs. Big breath in, exhale. You're going to find a curl, press the palms down to the mat, anchor your elbows down now in toward the waist. You're going to bend and extend the elbows, holding that curl. Good use of breath. Inhale and exhale. You should feel the backs of the arms firing up a little bit. We did this one in that original video, so here that ab curl helps. If you need more challenge for the abs and you've really advanced your practice, you can extend one or both legs as the arms press down, or you can extend both legs to 45 and hold them there. All optional. And if this is too much on the head or on the neck, you can rest the head down on the headrest. Let's go for 3 more. Good. Last 2. And 1. Very nice. Roll the head down, rest the feet. We're going to get ready to move into our next series. All right, legs back up to tabletop, please. Arms extend over the shoulders, squeeze the inner thighs. Head will stay down for this one. Rebecca's going to bring her arms out to a T, palms flip to face forward. She's going to extend her legs to 45. You can give or take a little bit. And she's going to go for the T, pressing the hands in toward the palms. Inhale, bring them back out toward the sides. Rib cage is staying down. Good. Feeling the back firing up here. You should feel all those muscles that support your shoulder blades here really working. And if this leg extension is not your vibe today, you can keep it back in a tabletop, or if you need more ab anxiety, intensity, there you go. I don't know what happened to my brain. You can lower the legs a little bit and or curl up a little bit more. But we are going to take another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Good. Bring the legs to tabletop. Now we're going to bring the arms up over the shoulders, and we're going to go for arm circles. So if you'd like to extend those legs to 45 one more time, arms come out to a T, press them into the waist or into the hips, bring them up over the shoulders. We're going to go for 3 more. So getting some mobility through the shoulders, more work through the back, a little variety to spice up your life. And make sure as the hands come back up that they're staying shoulder distance apart, not coming too close together. Good. Now we reverse. Back up over the shoulders, press down, out to a T, and back up. Good. We go for 3 more. Very nice. And again, if your hip flexors are gripping, you're feeling this in your back, bring the legs a little bit higher, or you can go for a tabletop. Last one. All right.
One short.
Very good. I probably wasn't counting right. Let's go for our next series. So we're going to move into bridges. So we're going to rest the straps down by your side. We're on a red and a blue. You could keep that, or you could go for 2 reds if you want a little bit more support. Headrest will go down for this one. That's very important. This is your PSA. Headrest down for bridges always. Feet will be hip distance apart. Arches the feet on the foot bar. Arms long by your sides. Your goal is to keep the carriage completely still or as close to it as you can. Big breath in, exhale. You will curl the pelvis up, roll into your bridge. Find a nice diagonal line from your knees to your hips to your shoulders. Roll back down 1 bone at a time until the bottom of your sacrum hits the mat nice and heavy. Good. It's the vending machine. Oh. It's okay. Big breath in, roll it up. Good. Finding that nice alignment. Rebecca's doing a good job of this, but just as a gentle reminder, you want to think about keeping the knees hip distance apart, making sure they're not, knocking towards each other as you roll up or starting to splay out to the side. Good. Let's take 1 more. You're going to hold it there and press the carriage away, extending the knees somewhat straight or all the way straight. Bend the knees, bring it all the way home. Good. So what you want to think about is that top part of your torso, the top part of your body staying still and not dipping down or up. Very nice. Let's go for 4 more. How are you holding up? Good? All right. We're going to make it a little more spicy.
Oh boy. I should have lied.
I was like, it's the worst. Stop here. All right. Bring it back in. Stay in your bridge. What we're gonna do is bring it back up to your bridge, please. That's okay. You're gonna hold it there. Try to get the carriage still. We're gonna bring one leg to tabletop and place it back down. Other leg to tabletop. Place it back down. Oh, getting a little more tricky to keep that carriage still as we start removing an anchor point vis-a-vis your leg. Good. Let's go for 2 more each side. Is your butt mad at me yet?
It's getting,
Okay.
it's getting mad.
Okay, we'll do one more and then we're going to take a break and move on to one more variation. Okay, anchor the feet, big breath, and exhale, roll the spine down one bone at a time, close the stopper, and take a big breath. We'll move on in just a sec. So, feet back to parallel. You ready? Mm-hmm. Roll it back up to your bridge. Hold that position. We're going to raise one leg to tabletop, extend it up toward the ceiling, lower it over the foot bar, bring it back up. Good. Let's go for 5. Straight leg. You're good. This is 4. It's hard, right? I feel so mean. Last 2. And 1. If the carriage moves, it's really not a big deal. Bend the knee, lower it down. We're going to go right into the other side. Extend up to 90 degrees. Lower it over the foot bar. Raise it back up to your version of 90, wherever you are today. Good. We've got 4 more. 3. The carriage is wiggling. It's okay. You're not getting graded, but do what you can to keep it still. And last one. Bend the knee, lower the foot to the foot bar, close the stopper if it's moved away, and roll the spine down. Hug your knees in toward your chest. And we're going to stretch that out in a minute. First, we're going to have enjoy time. If you are not on one red, one blue, or one heavy, one light, we're going to do that switch right now. Otherwise, grab the straps into your palms. We're going to place them on the arches of your feet. And extend the legs up toward the ceiling. You're going to lower your arms or reach your arms down by your sides. Just basic leg circles. So we're going to get right into it. Press the legs down to 45. Open them out as they get low. Bring them up. I'm going to move my face. Time the legs come up to 90. You want to make sure that they come together fully and squeeze before you press down. So you're going to start this one in parallel. So the knees are facing your nose. And as we go for about 2 more here, we're going to get ready to reverse and go for the other side. Now we're going to open up at the top, bring them down, around, together, or rather out, around, and together at the bottom. Let's go for about 5 more. This is 4. Keeping the pelvis really quiet. Last 2. And 1 back up to 90. Okay, let's do some frog circles. So we're going to rotate the legs to external rotation, heels together, toes apart. We're going to bend the knees, flex the feet at the ankle, and we're going to bring yourself into a diamond or a frog position. So press the legs out to 45 degrees, raise them up to 90, bend the knees back to that frog, and press out. So we're just really making this very fluid. Nice. Let's go for another 5. Each time you raise those legs up toward the ceiling, you're hinging at the hip, finding a deep hip crease. Last 2 here. Really, definitely some warmth happening through the inner thighs. And now we reverse. Press those legs down, bring them back in, extend up. Straight down, bend the knees as you bring the heels in toward your pelvis, back up. Good, make sure those ribs are staying down. Should have about 4 more. It's important to reach the toes for your nose, but also think about flexing at the ankle to make sure your entire foot is flexing. This should be about our last one. Good. Back up, and now we're going to move into an exercise that we call Peter Pan. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in that diamond or frog position, so feet flexed. We're going to extend the right leg out to the side. What we're going to do is press both legs out straight to 45, and we alternate sides. Right leg bends in, left leg straight out, press both legs up to 45. So one leg bends, the other's going out on a sideways diagonal. And you want to aim this for roughly 45 degrees or even lower if your abs and back are strong enough to support that. And what's nice about kind of the unilateral aspect of this is it forces you to stabilize with your core so your hips aren't rocking side to side. And it definitely gives you a little extra work through the inner thighs on that leg that's really pushing through the strap, or both legs are pushing through the strap. Good. Let's go for one more on this side. Good. And last one. Very good. All right, now we're just going to go for straddles. So at your 45 degrees, what we're going to do is open up wide in a wide straddle, flex the feet, bring them together. Good. Point the toes, open them wide, flex the feet, bring them together. So we're staying at the same horizontal plane. You're trying to keep both hip bones balanced on the mat. You're getting a lot of work through the inner thighs here. And only open as wide as you comfortably can. You can start over time to increase the range incrementally, little piece by little piece. It's not worth stressing out your inner thighs and going whole hog right away. Good. I only want you to do one more, please. All right, soles of the feet together, knees bend. We're gonna go for a butterfly stretch. Feet come down, hold on to those ropes for support. Big breath in. Exhale, you can move them around a little if you like to. Let's take Peter Pan, the stretch. Extend one leg out. Hold on to that rope. Big inner thigh stretch here, other side. Bring your feet together when you're ready. We're gonna move on. All right, let's take the feet off of the arches, the straps off the arches of the feet. And we're gonna come on up. We're gonna switch to one red spring. So we will come to kneeling facing the shoulder blocks or the posts here. Your knees will come right up against the blocks, and we're gonna place your hands on the frame in front of you. So what we're gonna do is you wanna walk your hands out a little bit further than your shoulders, but not extremely. You want a nice neutral curve in the pelvis. So you want your ribs to be up. You want to kind of find a nice little bit of curve in the lumbar spine. We're going to keep the arms straight, tuck the chin in, gazes down and low in front of you. Big breath in, exhale, pull the carriage forward and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset. Rebecca, walk your hands out a little bit further. Big breath in, exhale. If you need a little more resistance, you can walk your hands forward too. 3, 2, 1, and relax and release. Big breath in, exhale. Pull it forward. We're going to hold again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go a little bit, and we're going to pull forward again. Big breath in, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, release it all the way back now. Now we're going to try something a little different. If you feel like you need a little more challenge, we can start to take a little bit of a different variation. So you're going to walk your hands forward one more time. We're going to pull forward so that your shoulders are over your wrists. Now we're going to extend one leg behind you, and we're going to hold it there. You're going to make sure your hips are both square, so both hip bones are facing the floor, your knee is facing the mat. And we're going to begin to release the carriage a little bit, keeping the leg high. So you're going to let the carriage travel back toward the foot bar and pull it forward with your core and your arms. Good. Just 4 of these. This is 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Bend the knee, lower it down, close the carriage. Let's reset and we'll go for the other side. Stretch it out if you need to. All right, straight arms. Big breath in, exhale, pull it forward. Now we're going to extend the other leg back behind you, hips square. We're going to release the carriage, let it go behind us, pull it forward, shoulders over wrists. So when we release, we're doing it with control, not letting the springs pull you back. This is 2, almost there. Super tough, but you can do it. And 1, very good. Knee bends, bring it down, release the carriage, child's pose. I know it's a tough one, but you did it. And we're gonna get ready to move on. So next we're gonna do that same concept, but we're gonna go for obliques. So Rebecca's gonna come to kneeling one more time. She's gonna bring her hands to the right rail only, and both knees will stay down. Arms stay straight. You don't want them super far out for this one. Arms will stay straight as she pulls the carriage forward, pulling with the upper body, not pulsing the knees, and releasing just a little bit. Big breath in, exhale, pull forward. You can reset the arms if you need to readjust or give yourself more room to work. Let's go for 4 and release. This is 3 and release. Last 2, release. Last 1. Very good. Let's go for the other side. So find that space that gives you enough resistance and enough room to work. Both knees down, big breath in, straight arms, pull. And back. Think about engaging your abs before the carriage even moves. That's really what you want to feel. You want to feel that engagement down the side of your body here. Good. Last 3. Try to close the carriage quietly if you can. I know it's easier said than done, but that's your cue to let you know you're controlling on the way in and on the way out. Nice. Better. And last one. Very good. Lower your body down to a child's pose, and we're just going to let your butt come down to your heels. Place your left hand on top of your right hand. With your right hand on the frame, that's okay. You can kind of move your shoulders over a little bit if you want a little bit of a twist. This will give you some side body stretch here. Oh yeah, you can move your hands off the frame too if you're on the floor reformer. And let's go for the other side. Left hand on the left frame, right hand on top, and let your body rock over and feel that stretch along the side of your body. All right. Let's move on and finish up with planks.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to play the plank game today. What that means is we're going to add all springs onto the machine. We're going to go for a quadruped plank, which is an all fours position where we lift up the knees. But your goal is going to be to not let the carriage move, and we're going to remove 1 spring every time. So Rebecca, if you would, turn around. You're going to place the toes onto the sandpaper, and they're going to be curled under on the edge of that part. Be curled over on the edge of the platform. If you need to put your foot bar down, you're welcome to. You're going to be on your forearms. Wrap your hands around the shoulder blocks. Push up through the forearms. Lift the knees. We're going to hover here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees down. We're going to take 1 red spring off, and we're going to do it again. So each time it's going to get a little bit harder because you have less stability. Push up through the forearms, tuck the chin, big breath in, lift the knees, hover for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Now we take another spring off. Big breath in. Exhale, lift the knees. We hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees down. Take off 1 more spring. We have 2 more rounds. Big breath in. Exhale, lift the knees. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees. Take a big breath. We've got 1 last round. Big breath in. Gather yourself. Lift the knees. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees. Relax. Take a breather. You're going to feel that carriage is a lot more mobile. How'd you do? Good.
Well, I feel like I did okay.
You did great. All right, let's finish up just maybe with 1 last little plank variation if you're good, and then we'll stretch. So we're going to curl the toes under on the edge of that platform 1 more time. You can have your forearms on the bed with your hands wrapped around the shoulder blocks. Push up through the forearms so you get a little bit of separation between the shoulder blades. You're going to lift your knees, extend the legs straight out, bend the knees, bring it half or a little bit in. So I should have mentioned we're on 1 red spring or 1 blue spring, aka 1 heavy or 1 light. And we're aiming to keep our shoulders right above the wrists. And of course, as with any plank, we don't want to be piking the butt up, staying in a pretty neutral spinal alignment. You look good, Rebecca. Good. We're going to go for 3, 2. Last one. Hold straight out. Let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, rest it down, take a child's pose wherever you comfortably can. Maybe bring your arms wide on the outside of these shoulder blocks if that feels comfortable to you. Take a big breath in. I'd like for you to think about breathing in 3D. So your diaphragm is moving such that your ribs are expanding up and out. You're feeling air fill the upper part of your lungs and the lower part of your diaphragm. As you exhale, everything sinks down at once. Let's take one more. Big breath in, exhale, release. When you're ready, rolling up. We're going to take a scooter stretch to finish up. It's a classic end of class Pilates stretch. We're going to switch to one red spring if you're not already on one red. You're going to come to a lunge position on either side of the machine. So your outside foot will be on the outside edge of the reformer. Your other foot will be up against the shoulder block. Knee is down on the machine. Hands on the foot bar. You're going to scoop the pelvis under a little bit and just send the carriage away a couple inches or a few centimeters, nothing really crazy. So if you find you're getting a big scoop in your pelvis as you press back, you want to think about tucking under so that you're really stretching out this psoas muscle, which runs from essentially from your hip flexor and wraps around to your back. Good. Pulse the knee in and out just a little bit without moving forward too much. Good. Should hopefully feel that stretch along the front of the hip. Good. And now you can relax and release that lumbar spine a little bit. You can send the carriage further back into a bigger scoop. You could lower your forearms to the foot bar if that feels nice to you, or you can arch the back if you like. Just find whatever feels good to your body. There's really no perfect way to do it. It's just what's working for you today. If you're extremely bendy, you're welcome to extend your front leg into a front split, but optional. This may not feel great for everybody. For that, you want to keep your hands on the foot bar, or for the very flexible, you can bring your hands down to the frame or down to the floor, but do what is good for you. Bend your front leg, bring it all the way home. And we're going to switch to the other side. So opposite foot goes to the opposite edge of the reformer. Other foot on the shoulder block, knee down, scoop the pelvis under. Just send the knee back and forth a couple inches. Keeping that scoop in the pelvis, really trying to target that psoas. So try to feel a deep hip flexor muscle really releasing here. When you're ready, you can start to send the carriage back more. You can take a little bit of a scoop in that lumbar spine, finding a little bit more mobility there. Nice. And you're welcome to bring your forearms down to the foot bar, arch it back, whatever you like. This one's really great if you work at a desk or you sit a lot. And find your split if you like. Try to keep your toes pointed forward if you can. And bring the carriage all the way to a close. We're going to stand on the side of the reformer. Just finish up with a roll down. I think we might cut off Rebecca's head. Why don't you come around to the back here? I'm going to awkwardly stay seated. So start facing to the side. You're going to stand super tall. Big breath in. Exhale. You're going to nod your chin down toward your chest. You're going to let your head be really heavy. Roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. Let your arms be like limp noodles. Good. Reach your tailbone back behind you. You want to think about your sits bones flaring out behind you. Bend one leg. Extend the other. Stretch. Bend the opposite leg and extend. Good. Extend both legs straight. Big breath in. Exhale. Start rolling up. Stack your spine one vertebra at a time. Your chin comes in toward your chest. Stand up super straight. Roll your shoulders back. Take a big breath in. Try not to fall over, but it's okay if you do. Exhale. You are all done. Awkward high five. Great job. Great job. And thank you so much for working out with us today. I forgot what I was going to say.
Like, subscribe.
Yes, that's the one. Please like this video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you want to see more. We do weekly reformer videos, and we'd love to see you again. Have a great day.